Jolin Liang from Squirrel AI Learning from China. It's my honor to be in Russia today to give the speech about AI in education. So today, my topic is about the state of AI-driven learning and technology, how we use AI technology to increase traditional education, how to increase the outcomes and effectiveness of learning. So we all understand, currently we have so many difficulties in traditional education, such as only in big and large cities, we have really good learning resources. But in rural and remote areas, we lack of good learning teachers and learning resources. And different students actually need different learning contents, and they all need different learning speed. For example, in one classroom, some of the students, they may think, well, the learning contents are too boring for me. Some of the students may think, I can't understand. So they all need to learn differently. So with AI technology, what can we do? So with AI adaptive learning and other AI technologies, we can provide students with personalized, individualized learning contents for them. And all the learnings are tailored, especially for themselves. And also, we used to focus on learning knowledge points only in traditional education. But actually, when they grow up, when they go to workplace, the most important is their abilities, the way of thinking, how to manage their work. So with AI adaptive learning system, we can also train their methodology, the way of thinking, in order to help them to grow rapidly when they go to workplace. And also with AI adaptive learning, because the contents are customized, so the students need different lengths of the speed. They can learn whatever they want and whenever they need. So let's have a look at the whole international market about the traditional educational giant companies, what they have done in the past few years, such as Pearson Education Company. We all know this company, and they were traditional educational company. So they have bought some companies like Smart Sparrow, and they had collaboration with Newton, and also they did research and development with MyLab and Mastering. Why? Because all those companies, they are adaptive learning companies. So adaptive learning is the trend of education. And another example, Micro Hill Education. They also bought the company of Area 9 and Alex, and also they had collaboration before they bought Area 9, and also they had research and development with Smart Book. They are also adaptive learning platforms. And Wiley, same situation. They bought the company Newton. So the companies I just mentioned, Newton, Alex, and a Smart Book, they were adaptive learning companies when they founded. So we can say, and also another example, HMH, they also had collaboration and they bought companies of YaC. So those traditional educational companies, they transformed from traditional education into adaptive learning in the past 4 to 5 years. Let's have a look. The other internet-based MOOC-style learning platform, such as Coursera, Khan Academy, and also a very famous language application called Duolingo. They all have announced in the past 4 to 5 years that they have transformed, they have adapted adaptive learning in their companies. Because with the MOOC system, the completion rate of each video or each course is really, really low. It's about 3%. So the learners cannot finish the whole lessons. Why? Because they don't know if the contents are suitable for them or not. So with adaptive learning, the system can recommend, can give the personalized contents to the learners so that the learners can learn whatever they really want and they need. And we all know this year, the big technology is with ChatGPT, the GPT 3.4, 3.5, and 4.0. So with educational companies, many of the companies have adopted or linked with ChatGPT or other technologies. So, for example, Duolingo, and they have the new product launched with GPT, which is called Duolingo Max. And Khan Academy, they also work with OpenAI. They have the new product called Camingo. And also Check is another giant education company. They had a new product called ChatMate. And for us, for Squirrel AI Learning, because we had our adaptive learning system in the past, and then what we have done is we linked to GPT, and we didn't make a new product, but we implement the GPT technology into our adaptive learning engine to make sure that the engine is more powerful to provide personalized learning to the students. So Google, actually last year, they also published a report about the future of education. So within this report, there are three really, really good parts. One of the parts, and there's one strategy, is about personalized learning. So how to provide personalized learning to the market? The best way is adaptive learning. So AI technology, large language models, AIGC with adaptive learning is almost the only way and the best way to provide personalized learning and individualized learning content to the learners. And in year 2019, there was another report, and that was about the China and the worldwide AI educational report was published by Yin and Yong, and they published about 6 levels of AI adaptive learning. So like autonomous driving, we know they have level 0 to level 5, means different level of the technology. So in 2019, in level 4 and level 5, Squirrel AI was already there. So for level 4, which means the human tutor can work together with the AI adaptive learning. And for level 5, it means the students can learn 100% by themselves, which is self-directed learning platform. So in like 4 years ago, Squirrel AI, we have already achieved the level of level 5, which means self-directed learning. So currently, in our company, is 100% of the learners learning by themselves through the learning system and the learning devices. In order to prove the results of AI adaptive learning, so we started to have some competitions between the human teaching group and AI learning group. So from 2017, we had our AI versus human competition. So from 2017, 18, 19, 20, we had about 4 competitions. So all the results showed the students learn from the AI adaptive learning system, they can have higher increase of the scores. And also the amount of the knowledge points they can learn from the AI learning group are much higher, much more than the traditional human teaching group. And the fifth competition was held on a TV program, a very famous TV channel, CCTV1 in China, which is called the AI competition program. So on the stage, there was one Chinese subject superior teacher was teaching the students in one group, and Squirrel AI learning system teaching another group. So the results show that the students from AI learning group, their scores increased from 56 to 89. So that's a huge increase by AI learning. And all the competitions we held were published, report, and witnessed by the third party from the beginning until the end. And they did a full analysis for the whole process to make sure and it's 100% it witnessed and it's fair. And then we had the 6th human versus AI competition, the 7th, and until now, our distributors in China, they always perform a competition in their own area to make sure the schools, the government, the parents, the students, they understand the results of the competition. So they will be happy and willing to accept the new technology way of learning. So speaking of our company founded in 2014, and until now we have over 2,000 distributors nationwide in China, and we have worked together with over 60,000 schools, including public schools and private schools. And we have 24 million students who have been using our learning devices. And we have over 200,000 devices have been sold in the past 2 years. So here we can see some pictures of how our devices look at. And the middle one is the smart learning tablet. This is the main product. So we have different range of the prices and different range of the products and for the hardware. And along we have word, we have speaker, we have vocabulary, we have the intelligent learning pen. So the students can learn whenever and depends on their purpose. And all the devices are linked back to the main learning tablet. For example, the learning pen, if they learn during the holiday, when they come back, when it's connected to the learning tablet, all the data, all the history, all the records are linked together. So they won't need to learn again from the learning tablet. So this is how it looks like in our service center. I mentioned we have over 2,000 distributors. So our distributors, they open up the service center, they sell the products. And another function, what they do is they provide service of analyzing the data of each different students, because the data analysis and the reports analyzing is very important to help and encourage the students. So the students can choose to go back home to learn by themselves, or they can choose to study in those service center, because inside of the service center, they have self-studied atmosphere, and they can work together, they can learn together with other friends who are from different schools in a place. And we are very honored that in the past few years, we have many honors. The first is the MIT Technology Review. They honored us as one of the top 50 smartest company around the world. And also in 2020, we were given the award of AI Innovation by UNESCO. And also we were ranked one of the top 100 AI companies by CB Insights. And here is the map of AI academic conferences and AI commercial conferences. In order to achieve the AI reputation by our outcomes, so we were invited into many conferences to give speech, to present how we use those AI technology to apply in the real case. And also we have published over 40 papers among the conferences in AI area and also AI education areas. And also in the past few years, we had joint lab with Carnegie Mellon universities, and we had long-term relationship with Stanford Research Institute, and also we had 2 years joint lab with China's Academy Automation Society. And we were very honored that in year 2020 to 2021, we had collaboration with AI. We founded a foundation called Squirrel AI Award for Artificial Intelligence Benefiting for Humanity. So we give out $1 million per year to give the winner. And also our case study of how we run this company, how the business model was like about Squirrel AI. This case was interviewed and published by Stanford Business School. And this year, in September, our founder, Derek, was invited into the UNESCO's Digital Learning Week conference for the plenary talk with some ministers from China and also Finland and other countries. So let me introduce a little bit about how we use AI technology to structure our AI adaptive engine. So we can see there are 3 layers of the engine. So the first layer is the map, the goals. So we have the goals for the students, and the goals will be changed dynamically along the way when the students is learning. And also we have the learning ontology, we have the content map, and also we have the mistake reasoning ontology. And for the second, the middle layer, is the learning records system, which we collect the data and the records and behavior from the students and do analysis and then do recommendation. And also we have prediction such as how long the students will need to finish this part and what results, what outcomes will be given. And for the third layer is the real-time collector, which means the data here was interacting between the system and the user, which is the students. And we also have the MIBA system, which is multimedia behavior analysis, because the data the system collect are all sorts of models of the data. It could be the time, the speed, the mouse moving, the eyes moving. There's so many multimodal data we can collect from the students. And then they do the real-time analysis in order to make prediction and in order to give the real-time recommendation to the students when the students are learning. And also we have the very well-known, which is called the nano-level breakdown of the knowledge components technology of our system. So for one subject, such as grade 7, the regular amount of the knowledge points should be 300 to 500. What we have done is we break the 300 to 30,000 nano-level knowledge points in order to make sure the students can be recommended and analyzed by the most precise knowledge points. For example, this is one regular knowledge point, and then it will be break down into the second layer, and then the third layer. Actually, we have 9 layers of for the regular knowledge points to the nano level. So it's very important with the nano level scale of the knowledge points in order to find the root problem. Maybe that's the ninth layer of the problems. In order to find the root problem, then the students can be analyzed why he or she cannot understand and finish this question. And then once the system finds out the root problem, it can help to fill the gap for the student. Let's see one example. So the first level is grade 10, let's say. The student cannot answer the question of the grade 10. Why? It's not only because the knowledge points in grade 10 the student does not understand. It might be because from the grade 7 or grade 9, the root problem the student didn't understand. So the system will track to the root problem in grade 7 or grade 8 and to make sure the student has already mastered the knowledge points from that level. Then the student can come back to grade 10. Then the student will understand the question, can make it. And let's make another 3 examples. So all 3 students, their mastery level are 80%, which means 20% their knowledge are not understand. So blue color are the 20%. So the second student, he or she has different knowledge graph of the 20%, not mastered knowledge. And the third student has different. So even though the students are in the similar level, but their knowledge graph, the state of the knowledge and the knowledge they have not mastered, the gaps are totally different. So which means the student need to be taught differently. And also, apart from the knowledge points, we have the MCM system, which is the mode of thinking, capacity, and methodology. So we know in the workplace, all the careers, all the positions, all the jobs need different mode of thinking and abilities. So what we have done is we have break down the knowledge points of different career into different subjects, such as English language subject, such as physics, math, and Chinese, and other subjects. Because among those subjects, there are many other knowledge points about MCM. So in Squirrel AI system, when the students are using the system, they not only learn the knowledge points from the subject, they can also train their MCM. So that's, we think, very important for their future growth and future development of the skills. And also from last year, we have implemented, we have integrated large language models and AIGC technology into our system. So here is the structure. We have different models of our engines, and then we have different engines to form up our AI adaptive learning system, which is powered by large language models. So the large language models, they can have emotional communication and counseling for the students, can act as an AI virtual tutor to give students the emotional care and interaction to make sure the students are in the right track of the learning. So the final part is about the strategy of Squirrel AI's business model. So the first strategy is we have the 3-in-1 strategy, which means we have the contents, we have the engine, and then we have the service. So contents is what the students can learn from the system. The engine is the AI adaptive engine with large language models. And the service is our distributors with their service center and data analysis. The second strategy is the closed-loop teaching in full cycles. The students enter into the system, they have the assessment test first, and then they do the learning, they do the practicing, and to make sure they have mastered the knowledge, they do the test again. If the student has not mastered, they need to come back to the circle. But the student will be recommended a different format of the learning. They won't be learned the same content. So that's the full cycle of the learning in our system. And the third strategy is to have as many as possible the top talents. So we had Tom Mitchell from Carnegie Mellon University. We have Ken Codinger from Carnegie Mellon University. And also we have AI educational scientists from Newton Alex. So top AI talents can help us to build up our engine to make sure the engine is powerful to provide adaptive learning to the students. So our mission is to provide every kid to have an AI virtual tutor for them in order to give them personalized learning whenever and wherever they need. Thank you.